So guys, Bitcoin is currently testing at support. Altcoins are taking a hit as we discussed yesterday. Pretty much a post-election dump. So close to the election, around 13 days away. I want to talk about exactly the price action around Bitcoin, what we could be seeing in the next few weeks, where we're at in this crypto cycle, and when we could be seeing that huge rip for Bitcoin and altcoins and everything else in between. Other than that though, if you're new to my channel, go ahead and check out the rest of my content. Intermediate trader, documenting my journey, showing you guys my wins, my losses, keeping you guys updated on the markets, just so you guys can capitalize on these events and exactly know what's going on without all the other fluff in the space. But other than that, guys, let's go ahead and jump into it. So guys, first of all, go show your boys some love on X. Like I said, trying to get monetized on X as well as on this YouTube channel. So I had a tough leg day today. I'm in pain right now. I'm in pain. So go show me some love. Go follow me on X and also follow and subscribe on YouTube. But overall, guys, price action around Bitcoin. We've been following a specific pattern since the middle of August. I know you guys are tired of hearing that if you're not new to the channel. So I want to go ahead and just destroy all of these drawings that you guys are seeing right now. But overall, in terms of support, where we could be deviating right now in the zones that you should be looking at is around that 65.8 to around like that 66,000 mark, 66.3. Pretty much the previous close is going to let us know exactly, you know, once we start to deviate. And based off of this pattern action that we've been seeing since mid-August, we usually do break down below the previous close region. So I honestly am anticipating that we're going to reach that specific zone of support, and based off of how we bounce back really is going to determine if we start to deviate lower. 60,000 Bitcoin is still not out of the question just because of what was fueling this rally, and also based off of some specific indicators on what's fueling the buying price action currently right now. So 65.8, 66.3 zone, guys, so just keep that in mind. But overall, currently what's fueling this, Justin Bennett talks about, he says, is today's Bitcoin range a bottoming pattern or simply a pause before lower? Bitcoin well positioning versus retail indicates the path is likely to be lower for now, but don't rule out a quick liquidity grab at 68.2 first. And basically, as you can see, guys, based off of wells versus retails, they might be trimming their positions. On top of that, they're currently not buying as much as retail is right now. And basically, wells have a great effect on the market. If not, they are the effect on the market. So we got to keep up with exactly who's making all these moves in this, you know, liquidity grab. And this is really going to let us know exactly if we're going to start deviating or we're going to pump up. So he says, don't rule out a 68.2 region where we might, you know, bump up, squeeze out some liquidity, grab that, and then from there, you know, drop back down based off of the support regions that we're seeing. But overall, right now, with what wells are doing in the price action around Bitcoin, we could be deviating lower. And based off of that price action since mid-August, we usually do sweep below that specific close that we see, you know, on the previous weeks. So overall, I do anticipate a deviation to the lower point, and you should be anticipating it as well. Altcoins have been taking a hit today, as well as the day before, whenever this downward trajectory had started. So you guys just got to keep all of this in mind. In terms of where we're at in this crypto cycle, guys, I think this is a really good, cool chart to keep in mind. Go follow Crypto Con. He gives a lot of different specific charts, indicators, signals, talking about exactly where we're at in this crypto cycle based off of previous crypto cycles. He says a super signal on the monthly volume oscillator comes when Bitcoin volume gets extremely low in a bull market. Here's the last times we've seen this. December 2012, before the 10,610% rise. I'll put an arrow to it. It's in this specific reason. You guys can't see my mouse, but I'll put an arrow to it. And then he says October 2016, before the 3,461% rise. So I'll also put an arrow to that specific region back in 2016 on the super signal. And then he says in the 2019 and 2022 cycle, we saw no super signal. And if you look at that, you know, range, guys, and the specific cycle, we didn't drop below that specific region, which gave us that super signal. But this would be the first cycle to see two of them, as you can see in September 2023 and now in October of 2024. He says we can weed out bearish low volume by checking if there was extremely high volume beforehand, which isn't the case here. Extremely low volume in a bull market is extremely bullish, simply because, guys, we are near the all-time highs. On top of that, sentiment around retail, around cryptocurrency and Bitcoin is super down, and the fact that we're all the way up here and, you know, we're hitting the super signal just shows that we have so much more movement that is going to occur, especially past the election. Right now, I brought a great post from Justin Bennett talking about how, you know, post-election, we usually see a dump take place just because the markets try to de-risk. And overall, right now, with what's currently going on in this crypto cycle and what we've seen in previous cycles, we're setting up for something huge, something that we have never done before. 2 super signals before a huge rip. So overall, guys, we also set all-time highs before the Bitcoin halving, which was another specific thing that is just completely different around this 2024-2025 crypto bull cycle. But overall, guys, these are specific things that you got to keep in mind really to understand where we're at in the cycle and when we're going to start ripping off. That's why everyone talks about how we're on the verge of crazy gains. Alt season is going to begin. But having specific things like this really lets you know exactly when we're going to begin to rip up based off of previous cycles. At the end of the day, history rhymes, it doesn't repeat. So we have to really, you know, base everything with a grain of salt. At the end of the day, we can rip up tomorrow, but it wouldn't make sense with the price action around Bitcoin. So based off of this, guys, we could be seeing, you know, that huge rip at the end of 2024, maybe in November, December, getting into 2025. Now, in terms of altcoins, Mustache talks about how it's probably your last chance to buy cheap coins before the whole market starts to go into a stratospheric mode. He says he hopes the deviation hasn't shaken you out. Reclaim is already happening. Hardly any room left in the wedge. Send it. So right now, guys, as I've said on my YouTube channel, I think for the next 2 to 4 weeks, honestly, because I think until after the election, and even then we need a week or 2 after the election, I think we're not going to be seeing a huge rip up for everything. And I think you have some time to accumulate. But based off of where we're at in this specific region, guys, we are getting ready for a huge rip up. Like how he says, before the whole market goes into stratospheric mode, you really want to take advantage and start to buy into your conviction plays and take advantage of the dips that are taking place. I think everyone gets really, you know, scared whenever we see these regions. And, you know, based off of where we're at in this crypto cycle, what's fueling this, the price action around Bitcoin, that should really give you more commitment and more strength over understanding where we're at in this crypto cycle. On top of that, just understanding which sectors to focus on, which mainly right now, guys, it's memes, AI, and gaming. Everyone's fading gaming for some reason, but AI and memes are really taking off, and you really need to take advantage of that. But overall, guys, that's currently what's going on in the markets. Not too much of an update. Overall, like how I said, go show your boys some love. I did a leg day today, and I'm in pain, and it would really help me out if you showed me that follow. Overall, the price action around Bitcoin, guys, we're waiting to see exactly a deviation to the lower point. Right now, support is sitting at around, like how I said, 65.8 to around that 66.3 region. We want to see exactly what's going to be happening. We don't want to rule out a, you know, 68.2 pump first to get a quick liquidity grab, as Justin Bennett says. So we could have a pump up. But overall, currently with the purchasing that's taking place, we can see that whales aren't positioning themselves as much as retail, and whales are a big moving indicator on where liquidity is going to go and the price action around Bitcoin. So we could be seeing that deviation point. Overall range is around, like I said, supports around that 65.8 to 66.3 zone. But based off of this pattern that we've been seeing, we usually do deviate lower than support. So be ready for that, guys. On top of that, in terms of where we're at in this crypto cycle, we have seen 2 super signals in this crypto cycle, guys, and overall we have never seen this before. We saw a huge rip up in the 2012 run, which obviously I feel like we can't really compare because Bitcoin was still in the midst of getting its footing and everything. Of course, it was gonna have a crazy rise, but if we compare it to the 2016 rise, guys, around a 3,461% rise, that's currently kind of similar to the price action that we're seeing. The only thing is that we've seen 2 super signals, and based off of, you know, the sentiment around retail and where everyone is going right now, we're going to shoot up so much higher just because right now we're at extremely low volume and we're on the verge of a bull market. So when retail comes in, it's going to get nasty. All right, guys, altcoins. Like I said, I think you still got time to buy. Mustache is saying this is your last chance to buy, which a lot of people are going to tell you this is your last chance to buy. I think you got some time. Really think about your plays, your conviction plays that you're doubling down on, and even specific narratives that you maybe haven't jumped into, but you're really thinking about going into that you have high conviction in and proper validation. Overall, though, I think you're going to be having around anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks to accumulate. At the end of the day, we could be ripping up, like how I said, not financial advice, but overall, we are getting to the end of this zone, and once the whole market goes into stratospheric mode, you're gonna really regret not taking advantage. On top of that, tomorrow, guys, I want to talk about exactly the discussion I saw with Elio Trades, Miles Dutcher, and a few other individuals discussing exactly what's going on. Everyone's calling. I will get more into it, but overall, just the price action around memes, and if memes are gonna be taking over this crypto bull cycle. We've been seeing a whole bunch of different things right now in this crypto bull run. So I like to keep you guys updated with the macro events, price action around Bitcoin, specific events that are going on and where we're at in this crypto cycle, and then perspectives on the space. But tomorrow I want to talk about my perspective around memes, exactly that 2-hour discussion practically that Miles Dutcher, Elio Trades, and a few other people had over meme coins. I want to give my perspective on what exactly they discussed. Great points that they brought up, because it was a great discussion on exactly how they think memes are going to be taking over this crypto bull cycle. But overall, guys, we'll get into that tomorrow. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and check out the rest of my content. Intermediate trader, documenting my journey, showing you guys my wins, my losses, keeping you guys updated with the markets, and overall just showing you guys how you can capitalize on the markets, and just giving you guys exactly what you guys need to know. Overall, price action around Bitcoin is really important. We could be going back to support and deviating lower than that, honestly. Altcoins are taking a hit, and you should have been anticipating that if you've been keeping up with my videos. You need to be, doubling down on your conviction plays, just because we're on the verge of huge rip up, less than 14 days away from the US election. So guys, crazy things are going to be happening. Overall, though, go show me the love on X. Got to get that monetized. Show me the love on my YouTube channel as well. I do appreciate all the support you guys are showing me on this YouTube channel. We're growing, we're learning, we're progressing, and we're on the verge of massive gains, guys. So don't get squeezed out. Double down on the market. And other than that, guys, I'm going to keep dropping daily content so you guys can keep updated with the markets and just have the perspective of an intermediate trader trying to make the most gains. Other than that, though, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.